If someone told my 22-year-old self what I'm about to tell you, I would have saved myself decades of spinning my wheels. But here's the thing. I probably wouldn't have listened. As a licensed psychologist, full professor, wife, mother, and business owner who's been through major life transitions, losing over 100 pounds in my early 20s, climbing the promotion and tenure ladder successfully, earning multiple licenses and certifications, building businesses, and now navigating postpartum weight loss in my 40s, I've learned some hard truths that nobody teaches you at school or at the dinner table. Today, I'm sharing the 5 realizations that totally shifted how I approach life, also relationships and even success. And if you love real talk about personal growth from someone who's actually lived it, we don't just talk about it, we be about it. Hit that subscribe button. And don't be shy, go ahead and drop a comment.
Dr. Nina, the girl next door, beautiful brown baby doll.
What's something that you wish you had learned earlier? Let's dive in. Now, before we jump into these life-changing realizations, let me share something with you that connects perfectly to today's topic. Taking control of your path instead of just hoping that it works out. We intentional. For years, I watched brilliant people stay stuck in careers that drain them, waiting patiently for someone to notice their potential. That's why I'm excited to partner with strawberry.me for today's video. I've been working with my career coach, Christine, through their platform for about a year now, and she's been incredible. Y'all already know I've been telling you about her. As someone who tends to believe that I need to do everything myself, sound familiar? Christine directly challenges that mindset, and she helps me to understand how I can maintain greatness in every one of my roles while still maintaining my career, and not just maintaining, excelling. She's effective, reliable, and honestly calls me out whenever I need it. Yes, she pulls my card for acting hard down the boulevard, and that's what real career coaching does. And I should know as an effective coach. This here ain't just cheerleading, and you can do it. It's strategic, action-oriented guidance, and it helps you to work smarter and not just harder. Use my link, strawberry.me/Dr. Nina, and claim your $50 credit to get matched with a coach that gets your goals. Because here's the truth, friend. Successful people don't figure it out alone. They invest in guidance. More on that in a minute. Realization number 1, your comfort zone is a slow death trap. When I first lost over 100 pounds in my early 20s, I thought I had life figured out. But then I spent the next decade playing it safe in other areas, staying in familiar academic paths, not pushing for certain promotions or business opportunities. And I mean, I deserved them. And avoiding all the business ideas that excited me but felt risky. And y'all know what safe got me? Mediocre results and the gnawing feeling that I was capable of so much more. The breakthrough came when I realized that comfort zones aren't actually comfortable. They're just familiar, just like that ex you need to get rid of. When I finally pushed myself to the unrealistic view of where I could get, according to others, I got there. I pushed myself to, at the same time, go for tenure, push for additional certifications and licensures, and later really honing into my own business and investing in myself. I discovered that the discomfort of staying stuck had become worse than the discomfort of growth. Even now, managing postpartum weight loss in my 40s, while managing my professorship as well as my business, it would be so much easier to just accept that this is how it is now. I ain't got the time. I gotta focus on this or that. But comfort zones don't respect age or circumstances. So here's your action step, because we bout it. Identify one area where you're playing it too safe. And if you want to, leave it as a comment on this video. Then I want you to take one small but uncomfortable action towards the goal. Not tomorrow, not next month, this week. Realization number 2, stop waiting for permission. This one is huge, especially for women. We're conditioned to wait. Wait to be chosen. Wait to feel ready. Wait for someone to give us the permission to want more. Now, y'all, even after my weight loss success in my early 20s, I spent years in academic settings, and I was waiting for someone to notice that I was ready for my next level. I had ideas for research. I saw improvements that could be made, places where there were gaps in the literature, but I waited for people to tell me I was good enough to share my input. I wanted to pursue additional certifications, but I waited to feel qualified enough for any of the applications or pushing forth with it. It wasn't until I started really directly advocating for myself, looking into the promotions, figuring out how early I could get to them, pursuing those licenses and pitching those business ideas instead of listening to things that were brought to me. That was the time when things shifted. No one was going to hand me tenure or get me promoted to full professor before the age of 40 like I wanted and like I dreamed. I had to name it and then claim it. Even now, attempting to build my business even more while managing everything else, sometimes I catch myself waiting for the right time or for someone to validate that it's okay to look for professional success. beyond where I am, and be a great wife and mother. Here's the reality check. I'm about to hit you all across the head. Nobody's coming to rescue you. No one is going to hand you your dream life. No one is sitting around thinking about your potential except you. Let that settle in. The shift. Replace I should with I am. Instead of I should start that business, say I'm someone who takes action with my own ideas. Watch how your behavior changes when you own your identity first. Realization number 3, your network determines your net worth, and I don't mean money. The people you spend the most time with don't just influence your mood. They literally shape your reality. Show me your closest 5 friends and I'll show you your future. Throughout my journey, from my first weight loss in my 20s, through building my career and my business, I had to make some hard choices in my relationships that were keeping me small. And here's what I learned, friends. Sometimes letting go is how you win. I stayed in friendships and relationships longer than I should have, thinking that I could make them work or that loyalty was about never walking away. But I found that my freedom and ability to breathe came when I finally let go. Not because people were bad, but because they were comfortable staying stuck and comfortable with me being in the same space. And their comfort was becoming my ceiling. You see how that works? This applies to everything: your health, your career, your mindset. If you're the most ambitious person in your circle, you need a bigger circle. If you're the healthiest person you need to know healthier people. And that means sometimes making space by letting go of what's no longer serving you. Pro tip here: join communities where you're the least experienced person in the room. It's intimidating, but it's exactly when growth happens. And don't feel guilty about letting go of relationships which no longer align with your life and where you're headed, and more specifically, who you're becoming. And this is exactly why career coaching works so well. Suddenly you have someone in your corner who's seen success at the level that you want to reach. Realization number 4 is perfection is procrastination in disguise. Oh, this one right here cost me years. Even after my successful weight loss and doing all the great things, I became paralyzed by perfection in other areas. I wouldn't apply for promotions until my CV was perfect. I delayed starting certain portions of my business until I had the perfect business plan. I put off pursuing additional certifications and licensures because I wanted to be perfectly prepared for every exam I had to sit for. Perfection is just fear wearing a fancy outfit. It's your brain's way of keeping you safe from the possible failure and even criticism or looking foolish. The breakthrough came more recently in my postpartum weight loss now in my 40s. I realized I was taking too long to wait for the perfect time to focus on my health again. The perfect schedule to launch those business projects. The perfect balance to pursue my goals. But perfect never comes, especially as a working wife and mother. My most successful achievements? That first major weight loss, earning tenure and promotion to full professor, getting licensed, building practice components. All these happened when I started messy and adjusted as I went. And I focused on progress over perfection. So here's the mantra that changed everything. Done is better than perfect, and started is better than done. Realization number 5, you can't think your way into a new life. And this is a big one, even with my psychological background. I spent years analyzing, planning, researching, and even thinking about changes. I read every business book before starting a lot of the things that I wanted to do. I researched every certification program before even applying. I researched every weight loss approach before committing. But here's what all that thinking got me. Really educated about change, but no actual change. As a psychologist, I know that insight doesn't equal transformation. You can understand exactly why you do something and still keep doing it. I could teach all the courses on behavioral change and still keep procrastinating at my own goals. Would you look at that? The turning point came when I stopped researching and started doing. In my first 100-pound weight loss, the real change came when I stopped reading about weight loss and started getting all the education I needed by tracking what I was eating. Imperfectly, consistently, but actually doing it. Tenure came closer to me when I stopped planning the perfect research proposals and actually did it and submitted my research to multiple journals and got published. Building my businesses came when I stopped perfecting business plans and I started seeing clients. Would you look at that? Even now, managing my postpartum weight loss while managing everything else, I could spend months researching the optimal approach for my age and my circumstances. But instead, I'm applying what I know works and adjusting as I go. You see how that works? Don't talk about it, be about it. Now here's the truth bomb. Your future self is not created by your thoughts about change. It's created through your daily actions toward change. Now listen, y'all, if you take nothing else from this video, take this. You already have everything you need to start. Not to finish, not to be perfect. To start. Your 20-year-old self did the best they could with what they knew. Your 30-year-old self did too. But now you know better, so you can do better. Trust yourself. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for perfect. Stop waiting for comfortable. Get uncomfortable, boo. Your life is actually happening right now, whether you want it to or not. Not when you're figuring it out, not when you're ready, now. So I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 realizations hit you the hardest? What's the one thing you've been overthinking instead of starting? Drop a comment below because I read every single one. And check out my description box for all of the gifts that I have for you, as well as information on strawberry.me, who sponsored today's video. They're amazing. And remember that successful people don't wing it. They get support. Go to strawberry.me/drnina for your $50 credit towards career coaching. Until then, remember you're not behind. Make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace.